there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with match number 3 with the Thermo-Alchemist starring Reality Smasher. The Thermo-Visions deck, yes, we'd like to play first. This has a lot of lands in it, 4 lands, but this is actually ideal. We'll go ahead and keep it. We have the Visions and a Negate, and Exquisite Firecraft, so we can take care of whatever our opponent decides to throw at us. We have plenty of colorless sources here. We'll just start off here with the Mountain and pass the turn. Next turn we'll go Yavimaya Coast, and then we can hold Negate up, and then the Visions. And as soon as we get the Visions, we are good to go. So it's going to be a Canopy Vista. I'm a little bit worried about green-white decks in particular. White is the color that gives us the most problems unless it's paired with black. Then that's usually a pretty easy matchup. But Collective Company is going to be a little bit rough, especially if he puts out a Sylvan Advocate here. I think I just go for the Visions, though, if he does. It's going to be an Inspector. So green-white humans is probably one of our worst matchups. We just don't have the board for it at the moment. I'm not worried about this matchup too much because it has fallen out of grace. It did horrid at the Pro Tour. It did horrid at most of the Starseed Opens, yet people are going to continue to play it, even though it's bad versus Kozilek's Return. So you just have to chalk these up as they're going to be bad matchups. So I'm not going to care about an Inspector. I still think that we just go for the Visions, even though it does give our opponent huge card advantage, but we need to race him as far as damage-wise. And we do have the Radiant Flames in the sideboard that can at least give us a hope versus these human-type decks. This might not actually even be humans. Okay, it's a Clue deck. So I'm okay versus a Clue deck. He's going to be too slow to really race our damage. We're going to start getting in there for some damage through the Visions. And like a card like Reality Smasher just puts us over the top. That's a great card in the form of the Alchemist. I think that... No, we can't. We're not discarding here, so... Blue source. No, we don't need a... We'll play another red source here. So there's the Thermo-Alchemist coming down. Draws the card at the end of turn. It's a Mountain. Hopefully we're going to be more efficient with the extra card than our opponent is. I will negate basically anything he puts out. So Tyler's Tracker is going to be in this deck. The Evangel, I don't care about the Evangel. As the Visions has now done 4 damage to him. It's just a few turns away from actually just taking over the game. I don't think the Fumarole is the right route to go, because we can do Fire Temper and keep up. So I think it's just still a Mountain. And then pass turn. Because at this point, again, I think the damage to the face is going to... The Exquisite Firecraft and the Fire Temper is going to be the most likely scenario. So Evangel can put out 3 dudes, right, or 2 guys right now, which doesn't really upgrade either one of these, in my opinion. So you can go Tireless Tracker. That also is going to be okay. Do I need to take care of the Evangels? The question. And I think I do. Because we have 7 damage. He's going to take another one. Yeah, I believe this is my time I should take just care of the Evangel. Possibly I could have gone straight for the face, but I think this is the card that could actually just one-shot me. The other ones I'm not too worried about. We'll play another Visions this turn, because he's not going to be able to unload his hand fast enough. At this point, we can just run the... No, I still think it's not the Fumarole. Because we can run out Visions and Exquisite Firecraft and probably be good to go. Or no, next turn, just the Firecraft will get the job done. So we can go Fumarole here. Oh no, I still need to like Yavimaya Coast if I want to keep Negate up. I don't think Negate's going to be relevant. Well, let's stick to our guns here. Let's go to the coast. No Jamoka's command up. So we're just going to Exquisite Firecraft him. Puts him down to a 7. And this just puts him on, like, basically, he's going to take 2 damage, or 4 damage in a turn, put him down to 3. And any spell will get the job done, because we only need to deal 1 more damage at that point. He's going to crack a clue, which puts a counter on the tracker, and puts a human out. So there's Reality Smasher. That's probably going to be the nail in the coffin. There could be the one that gives them all humans lifelink that is going to be the card that will actually win the game. Because you'd get so much life out of it. So many cards I can top deck into. They'll just flat out win the game here. So let's see if he does flash it in. If not, he's pretty much dead. All right, yep. He's going to take 4, go down to a 2. And I got to decide how I want to do this, because any spell, like even Unsubstantiate just wins. But Reality Smasher also just wins. Sacks a clue. He gets 2 1/1s. Yeah, it'll do enough. So we still have to put the Yavimaya Coast out. And I think I just have to go for it. Let's tap this correctly. Keep up the negate. But crazy we couldn't get that last spell. Actually doesn't win because the militia captain gets to... Yeah, I just have to wait for a negate. Ugh, that was gross. I think I just hold this guy back. Because he sacks a clue, he brings his guy up to a 5/5. No, he doesn't. That's the wrong version. He's just a 2/2. Yeah, so we can attack in with it. It's a flip version that turns into creatures, so... Alright, so he's dead. As he can only block 1. Or 4 points of damage. So go on to the sideboard. And this is probably where negates come out. Clash of Wills can be okay. Radiant Flames will come in, though. A Warping Wail takes care of not too many of his creatures, so I'm not quite concerned with it. I think Thought-Knot's actually really good in this matchup. I can eat things out of his hand. Visions, I still think Visions is okay. Maybe just one Thought-Knot. Brutal Expulsion's still fine. All of the other counter magic is okay. But still, I don't think there's a lot of sorcery speed cards. Maybe a Declaration Stone, which doesn't really affect our deck. We want the Lightning Axe, we want the Incendiary Flow, so Unsubstantiates are still great to flicker or return a card for that tempo. Yeah, everything's fine. We'll submit this. I think that this is keepable. As we have the Radiant Flames, we do want to draw into at least 2 more lands within the 3 draws that we have. So odds are against us for that, but it's still a very likely, plausible situation. We'll keep this. Highland Lake can play tapped into a Yavimaya Coast. Radiant Flames will still be a really great card. And the cool thing about Radiant Flames is we can also only spend the amount of mana we want to, the colored mana we want to, and keep even the Thermo-Alchemist alive. So no first turn play by our opponent again. He's going to go and get just a basic forest. I'm thinking Hanwar, the one that gives him +1/+1 in attacks, is going to be in this deck. Possibly Always Watching. I doubt Always Watching because he's more of a token-based strategy. Thought Lieutenant is going to be in here. So just more of the Green Lords. Rally Smasher is a card I did not want to see, but if we have to chuck it with the Lightning Axe, we can do so. And we have two draws to hit a land for the Radiant Flames on time. And we do not hit a land the first one. So we have 1 turn to hit it. Probably at this point, though, if I don't hit it, we'll use the Lightning Axe to kill off like a Tireless Tracker if it comes out. I have to kill a Tireless Tracker before it gets too much advantage. Nothing, but nothing on our part either. Gross. So we'll put out another one. So good news is we have a lot of damage with the Alchemists. Bad news is we missed a land drop within all 4 of our draws. And now we're kind of at the mercy of our opponent here. Who hasn't done anything. He could have Coco. We do get a land drop, but it's the land drop we did not want. So Collective Company could easily come down here. No Collective Company. I don't even know if this is a Collective Company deck. I doubt it, actually, looking at his... So Tireless Tracker, he was just going to wait for some advantage off of a land. Cracks a clue. I think we need to kill the Tireless Tracker before it gets any more advantage. Oh, we could wait, though. We can actually wait. Because we actually have a Fiery Temper combo next turn that can get rid of both of them. So, could have Dromoka's Command in hand. If we draw a land, we get to basically see Incendiary Flow. So I'm just going to pass. Because he cracks a clue, that's when we'll do the Lightning Axe combo. And we're doing a ton of damage here. So the Madness trigger happens. Which untaps. And untaps. And they're both dead. With possibly Dromoka's Command being in his hand. And now I feel really far ahead. Down to a 13, which is going to translate into an 11. If he has something like a Declaration in Stone. We have the Thought-Knot Seer that can come out next turn. Or if he floods the board, we do have a Radiant Flames that we can cast for just 2 mana. We don't have to add that last bit of green mana to make 3. But if we do need to go for 3 for whatever reason, yeah, we could easily do that. So the Mysteries comes out. He's down to an 11. Land off the top? No land off the top. So, none of this is sorcery speed. I think we just have to go for as much damage as possible. He could Dromoka's Command this. But it's still doing 2 damage because it's untapping the Alchemists. And no, it is not in his hand. So he is dead next turn if he doesn't have like a Dromoka's Command. Just from the Collective Defiance and the Thermo-Alchemist combination. So you can see just how well the Thermo-Alchemist can dish out so much damage. Very impressed with the card. Again, I think the Thing in the Ice is the wrong way to go. Thing in the Ice might give a little bit of a better matchup versus humans and possibly Collected Company, as those decks don't have the best ways to deal with the Thing in the Ice. Collected Company can just bounce it though with Reflector Mage, or with fighting it off with Dromoka's Command is a very real scenario with a Tireless Tracker. So, or even a Sylvan Advocate that's popped into a 4/5. So I still am not sold on Thing in the Ice. It just gets Grasp of Darkness, ultimate priced. You can say the same thing with Thermo-Alchemist, but Thermo-Alchemist at this point usually gets a lot more value. So I'm liking the Reality Smasher over the... And this doesn't save him. Tragic Arrogance just makes me sack 1, and he dies next turn to the Collective Defiance. And he didn't keep up even the Dromoka's Command mana, so we know it's not in his hand. And he will just scoop, even though I could have nothing in hand. He didn't know what I had, but there we go. 3-0 so far. Let's go on to the next match. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.